we call it blues. That's why. Crawling winds, yes it is. Blues all can move. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We call it blues. Got those winds, yes.
We've just finished priming the ceiling with the dark red primer. The top coat is going to go a little bit darker, and what happened here is when we primed our ceiling, we realized that there were some issues that need to be addressed. We've got some seams that are popping through. Here where it was patched, we see some blade marks from the trowel, and this is the kind of stuff that you really can't tell it's there until you prime it. And that's why when drywallers come in and do your house, what they'll do is you'll have your house primed, and then they'll come back and touch it up because you can't really tell until the primer's on. So we're at a point now to where we just need to let this dry in before we do any patching. So we need to find something else to do. So the next obvious thing for us really to do is to do window trim and floor trim, and we can paint the crown molding. That way we can give that some dry time, and tomorrow we're able to paint walls because now we can tape a nice straight line with some blue tape onto the trim and really nicely lay off our walls with the new wall color. While we're waiting for the kitchen ceiling to dry from its primer, we've still got to do some patching there, so we just let it dry, leave it alone for a little while. We've got other things to do. What we're going to do is prep our windows. So the first thing we want to do is to save us a lot of headache. We're going to take our hardware off, and this is very simple to do. It's just 4 screws, and the last time they were painted, somebody didn't take the hardware off, and it's got lots of paint on there. If you can see, there's little white little dibby dads of stuff, and we're going to take all this off. There we go. And then we're going to take the little handle off. I believe there's only 1 screw in this. I'm going to pop that off so we don't have to paint around it. Okay, now after you've done that, there's a nice little sheet on here. This is a semi-gloss latex paint. And what we want to do is we want to rough it up just a little bit so we have some better adhesion for the new paint. We're going with the same color, so we're going to do 2 very light coats on this. So we're going to take a sanding block, and we're going to do the faces. This is just a medium sanding block. You know, you can get these at any hardware store or paint store. It's really a sponge, and there's a sandpaper wrapped around it. So we're going to pop this down a little, give it a nice rough up. It knocks off all the old paint splodges and, you know, any stuff that's on here. Sometimes grease gets on here. Sometimes dust will build up after a while if they're not, you know, dusted off every couple weeks or every month. So we just want to get a nice clean surface so the paint can stick to it.